And welcome guys to another little video. Now today's going to be a vlog because I haven't done one in a little bit. And, it's kind of an easy way to let you guys know what I've been doing and what's up with the channel and what could be coming and what we're looking at. Now, right now, as in content wise, I am concentrating on the tower defense tutorials and the first person shooter tutorials. But on your screen, you can see that this is a different type of thing. It's called RimWorld. Now, this is a base building game. Basically, you build a base. The story behind it is, you crash landed, so you have to survive and rebuild your ship and then fly off into outer space again or whatnot. So, it's pretty basic logic, but there's a lot of twist to it. In the game, you can do all kinds of stuff from melee combat to dealing with the environment issues, like they've got toxic fog and they've got winter and extreme heat. And each little tiny character has its own unique abilities as well. Some of them cannot do certain aspects of their game, like some can't haul, some can't shoot. You can get little arms that are blown off by the character. You can have a character with a bad back. You can have them actually even go ballistic and start beating each other up if they're to a breaking point. There's a lot of depth to this game, and I'm thinking about bringing a ton of videos to the channel. Now, as you can see on the screen, it says release date of July 15th of 2016. This has been out for a lot longer than that. It's actually been in development, current active development, for like 3 years, I think. Something like that. 2013, I think it came out. It was very simple, and it's been evolving ever since. I mean, look, you have the recent reviews of like 500 and some, and there's tons of videos on it. Now, granted, the game doesn't look like your typical advanced graphics or whatnot, but if you actually really think about it, when you do play a game, what do you like about the game? When you do a shooting game, you like to shoot them up, watch them get blown in the sky and things like that. That's awesome to you. That's the whole point of it. Well, in this type of game, you can get attacked by raiders. You can recruit the people that used to raid you. If you shoot them enough and they're still alive when the rest of them leave, you can actually recruit the people that used to be attacking you. And, there's a lot of mechanics in the game that's really cool, like researching and the new technology. And you can, oh man, there's a lot of stuff, from researching to shooting to melee attacks to the weathering system. You can even get bionic body parts on your little guy. Now, they don't show up graphically and stuff, but it's kind of behind the scenes. But that's okay for me, because the depth of the game and the complexity of managing people's the little characters' minds, and determining, hey, they don't like to be in a, this is an example. If you had one of those characters in there where they're always in this like ugly room, they will actually go ballistic and like try to kill your other colony members. Yeah, literally. And in layman's terms, you could lose your colony very quickly. Now, what do I mean by lose? Oh, lose all the members. Okay, I've sit here and played this for over 30 hours. I've had it up to, let's say, I think it was like 10 colony members, okay? And then the next thing, I get this big old raid, and almost everybody dies, except one, okay? And then I have to build up from there. And I'm like, what the crap, man? You know? I go from on top of the world to like nothing. And remember those little fire snares? That's another thing. You can have lightning storms that catch your base on fire and burn the whole thing down. They've got beds where they gotta sleep. You can manage their sleep schedule. There's a lot of depth to the game, and I'm really thinking about bringing this to the channel because I think it has something as an entertainment offer for you guys. And well, that's just the way it is. Now, as tutorial wise, I believe before I release any videos on RimWorld, which I'm pretty positive I'm going to, I think I'm going to, it's going to be, you're going to probably see maybe like 1 or 2 videos a week. And then, you know, it might speed up some more because I'll have the RimWorld ones released. I don't want to release them unless I have like 10 of them in the queue, so I have plenty for you guys to watch. You know, like have them released every 2-3 days or maybe 4 days or something like that, somewhere in between there. Or maybe if I like the game well enough and I play it to holy heaven, I just have a ton of them. So, and there's all kinds of, just think of like, I played Fallout 4, okay? Fallout is great. You can build your base. I like building the base more than the whole rest of the game, to be honest with you. Building the bases was fun. Getting everything organized and just doing that, that's fun to me. You know, that's really great. But like with Dishonored 2 and those other games coming out by the same company, they don't have the polish anymore. And that's what's really disturbing to me. These games are not as polished as they used to be. Like used to, we didn't have no major update to fix stuff, okay? When I was growing up. Now I get on Xbox or something like that. I want to play my game. Guess what? There's a patch to fix a lot of bugs in my game. It's like, what the heck, man? You know, why do I want a gig patch just to play my game? Now you could be thinking, hey, yeah, that's just the way it is. Games are more complicated and things, but I kind of agree with a couple other videos I've seen out on the internet as well. I think it's just people's just trying to push them out for more money. And that's it. And that's kind of dirty playing game pool, you know? That's dumb. And that it's just dumb. There's, you know, I mean, I have no problem with you know, waiting a little longer for a more polished game. But like some games you get, yeah, you're on top of the world, you'll have like 60 frames a second, won't budge at all. Then you get in certain parts and you'll drop like down to 30 frames. What the crap is that, you know? I mean, granted, they say the human eye can only see 30 frames and some other stuff, but come on. When you got like an 8-core computer, okay, easily over 10 gigs of RAM, you know, just off the top of my head, and then have like a 970, I think. I don't think yeah, it's a 970. You know, in that range. And you can't even play a game on medium settings without the frame rate just getting destroyed. That's pathetic. I mean, what the crap are they doing in the background that's going to destroy your frame rate that much, you know? But anyway, I am, as tutorial wise, I'm thinking about just dropping the tower defense stuff. Because, well, the tower defense stuff just isn't getting very many views. I mean, my whole channel doesn't get a whole bunch of views, but that series don't get a lot of views. Now, I'm not going to say that I don't enjoy it. I like a little tower defense tutorial thing. I've actually been enjoying making the videos for it. There's probably, I think, 7 more videos that I just haven't released yet. I think I'm waiting for some of them to get uploaded, and then I've got another 5 probably for first-person shooter stuff, and some bug fixes as well. So, because, well, I found a few bugs. Alright, the transform that I was using would only put it in front of the transform. He would only shoot forward, and I was like, what the crap? I know I just had this running and working just fine. Well, the transform that I'm using is one that never moves. It always stays forward and stuff. So I'm like, what the heck's going on? I had this working before. Well, when I changed the transform information before, I think when I go to translate it to it's called translate direction, something like that. What is it again? Translate. I know I have that. Transform direction. Yeah, there we go. It puts it in the direction that's relevant to everything. So if you're facing this way, it goes that way. Well, that's cool and all, but you know, it was messing up because my transform never moved. Now, before I went and changed it and stuff, it said camera.main.transform, which then it would work. The only reason I didn't like it doing camera.main is that's a call into the engine like a lot. It basically finds the camera, returns the main, and then does the other stuff. And I'm like, that's like 2 different functions. Why are we doing this? So I put weapon T transform, you know, our transform for us, and that doesn't work the way I want it to. We want the camera's transform, the main camera one, the one that uses our focus. And so I made a new variable for that. You'll see that in the next video, probably I think Tuesday or something. And a lot of times what happens is the only reason that I space them out and stuff is because, well, when somebody watches a video, they'll watch the latest one. And they don't want to watch the previous ones. And the previous one will have what they're trying to ask me about, which is kind of annoying because then I have to go and, you know, if it's email, I'll go, please watch this video. It will explain this function to you. And they're like, why don't you just tell me? Because there's like freaking like 15 lines of code there. I mean, I've already explained it one time. All you have to do is watch it. And it's not even a long video. Except number 7. Number 7 in that series is an hour long. Well, I think it's over 60 minutes. That one should have been caught. That one should have been broken in half and stuff. Which, you know, I don't know what I was thinking of making it that long, but you know, that's the way it is. So, oh, and for the most part, I think I've designed it in such a way where most of the logic stuff that you guys have, when you go to create your weapons, you'll have simple functions that you can deal with instead of really headachy ones. Okay, I've refactored a lot of the code into something that's far more usable. And I'm actually pretty happy with it. I think actually some of it I'm probably going to start using for my actual project that I have myself. Now, you guys probably haven't seen a video for it for a long time, but I have my own project that I'm working on that's just me. It's a multiplayer project, but you know how that goes. Multiplayer, more complexity, then you gotta do RPCs, transfer data. They're just not calls like you guys are used to. I would integrate functions in with the photon stuff and everything and start making functions for just basically everything. But the problem with it is if I import photon into the project and I start writing functions into it, if I try to take the photon package out of it, then it'll create errors, and then I have to do all kinds of other scripting to make it strip out so it doesn't do that, and then it's not pleasant. I don't like it, so I'm not gonna do it. You know, it's just that way. I made a couple utility classes. That's really nice. But for the most part, I think I think the channel is going to be pretty good. It's gonna have some nice consistent videos for at least a couple more weeks. Some really good ones. After that, it might get to some boring cases, because what we have to do is after we write some of this and everything else, we'll have to start creating weapons that actually work and animate and everything, which animating is kind of a up in the air toss, because in order to do those animating tutorials where we animate our guns and everything else, I'll have to refer you to my old animation tutorials where it shows you how to animate a gun into a pair of hands. Which I have a series specifically that. Or I'll see if I can't find like some cheap or free models that we can use for that, because I'd hate to make the mesh and do all that stuff, because that stuff's it takes a while. It takes an awful while, and because it's for a first person shooter, I'll have to do all the weights and everything for the vertices, the vertex groups and all. Which, if you know what I'm talking about, it's actually mapping the bones to the mesh to make it a skin mesh, and you know, make it move and stuff. Which for the most part it's not hard, but kind of sucks to do. You know, that's one reason why a lot of times I'll take something that's already been created and modify the mesh to my purposes and retexture it and everything else, just to shortcut all that that whole process. Because if the hardest part when you go to do all those fingers and everything else to mount to the bones, you have to get it just right so it looks really good, and it takes a lot of time. Like, easily I can make one hand could take you, if you haven't done it, it could easily take you an hour for one hand, easily. There's some at my skill level for it, I could probably do it in 20 minutes. I would be probably surprised because I've done it for a long time. I've been doing mesh animations and stuff like that for over a year now, and I've got it down pretty pat in Blender. If I went to Maya or something like that, then it would probably get a little different. And there's plenty of tutorials out there to show you guys how to do that. So I don't know if I'm warranted for something of that nature, because I don't want to do a tutorial where I have to use Photoshop, because even though Photoshop's cheap anymore, like $10 a month, and you can go get Lightroom or whatever, I hate to sit there and ask somebody to go out there and spend money in order to learn something. That's kind of like the opposite of what the channel's goal actually is. But yeah, I was going to see if you guys would be interested in some RimWorld and stuff. Regardless, I'll probably have some videos go up and everything else, but if there's not a serious interest in it, I probably won't keep posting them or whatnot. I'll probably do a batch of like 10, 20, something like that, or just do a full run through from beginning to end. It'll be interesting. I think you guys will find it comedy. I think you guys will find it funny when we're trying to, destroy something and some dude goes berserk and he ends up getting shot in the head. Literally. Though the little NPCs that you're supposed to be managing to play the game and everything else, sometimes they're really stupid. And sometimes they're really stupid funny, honestly. So that's mostly what I wanted to shout out to, and some of the tutorials coming and things. So thank you guys for your time, and take good care, and peace out.